All right, so we're at day 26. For personal reasons, I have not worked him well for the last about 5 days. And so today he's a little sassy. He actually bucked a bit on the lunge line. And so he's a little fresh. I have turned him out and I've handled his feet, but I have not ridden him. So we need to get back to work. But we're gonna establish a little more control and get him a little tired. Oh, I have been working on long distance control. Good. Reverse. T-Rot. See, this is stuff that he's never done before. Good. T-Rot. Good. Good boy. Good. Now I have a belief that all horses are easier to train the first 30 days than the second. By the time you've gotten into the second 30 days, they have usually figured out what the rules are. Notice when he tried to reverse, I lowered down. If you ever are lunging a horse on a line and they try to turn out, you want to lower your pull on the line. It keeps their head in, then you can drive them forward again. Anyway, the second 30 days, they're stronger. They know the rules of the game, and now they're going to test them. It's kind of like the equivalent of horsey terrible twos. Oh, good boy. That I like. Walk on. Walk on. Good. Good. And T-Rot. T-Rot. Good boy. So as you can see, we've worked on voice commands, getting him traditionally English trained. I know that the Western tradition, lunge lines are not a big part of it. I like a lunge line because anywhere I go, I can have my portable round pin in a lunge line. If I need to work down a horse, I can. All right, we're gonna go canter. Canter. Good boy. Canter. Canter. Good. 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 Keep going. Canter. Canter. There's a boy. Canter. One of the rules has to be that they keep going till you say done. Canter. T-Rot. There. T-Rot. Good boy. Good boy. Ho. Good. Reverse. T-Rot. There. Downside of tiring out a horse is it tires out the trainer. T-Rot. There you go. Good boy. There. All right, we're gonna work the canter this way. Canter. Canter. Good boy. Keep going. Keep going. Good boy. T-Rot. Attaboy. Ho. Good. All right. Ho. Stand. Stand. Good. My stand command is the equivalent of stay for a dog. Now I've also been teaching him to come when called, like a good dog. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Alright, so I've tightened my girth. I've hopped up and down next to him. I've checked out the stirrups. He seems to be alright, so I'm just going to step over. Oh. Stand. Now I will not get on if they're in motion. Even if I look like Hopalong Cassidy. Good boy. So when he stood, I just rewarded and quit right there because I don't want him to move when I mount, so I have to reschool that. Stand. Much better. Good boy. There's a good boy. And to emphasize that, I like him to stand for at least a count of 10 before I ask him to move. Never be in a hurry. Never steal a ride. Never rush. Because you always have to make time to do over what you didn't take time to do right the first time. So, all right. Now, I didn't bring the whip because the last time I rode him, he was pretty willing off my leg. If I find that's incorrect today, I will dismount and go get a bat. Walk on. Walk on. I'll see if we can break him loose just by turning his head. Walk on. Walk on. Forward, not back. Walk. 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 Walk on. Walk on. Good boy. The good boy was because he flinched and thought forward. Walk. There you go. Good boy. The thing about these horses, their first reaction is to just stand still. So, makes them a lot safer. Doesn't mean they'll never buck or never act up, but it means their natural tendency is to just say, I'll just stand here. Good boy. Good boy. Walk on. Good boy. Good boy. So we're kind of having, an argument about that, and I'm going to be brave. It goes against my 57-year-old soul, but I grabbed a little mane and then I just kicked him through it. When I was 27, it wouldn't have even been a question. And his bucks on the end of the lunge before the video got on were pretty rideable. And they stopped on their own. He didn't do a long set. He did about 5. So that gives me a little more courage. It always helps to know how big the bomb is and how long the fuse is. So what does it take to piss off your horse? And when you do piss him off, what's he do? Good boy. Come on, you're not dying. What this horse has not gotten from me in the past couple weeks is what I call redundancy. That you do the same stuff over and over until it's familiar and easy. And I haven't been riding him enough to get the redundancy in. So we have to get serious here. Good boy. That's what all green horses need is redundancy. You can't train them once a week and expect to really make progress because it's just not familiar. Walk on. Good boy. Walk on. Walk on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Pokey. There you go. Come on. There you go. Attaboy. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. There we go. So he's walking more willingly now, so now I can add in the process of turning. I want to lead with my right thumb, look across the ring. Good. We will have distractions in the background in that it's feeding time and the horses that are in turnout are coming in. But this is hopefully a fair learning process for him. You don't want to train in a vacuum. You don't want to jump off your horse the minute there's something distracting coming. If he gets highly disturbed, I will do a nice emergency dismount and find a safe piece of dirt to stand on. But I think he'll be able to handle these horses coming out and in. So I'm working on his turns. The more I can keep his focus on me, there we go. So now we're turning right and opening rein, eyes, and weight in the right stirrup. Good boy. These are all actual aids rather than cues. Good boy. An aid is something that is very intuitive and instinctive to a horse. And a cue is something you can teach them. So for example, an aid is pushing with your leg and the timing with their hind feet where they're already stepping. A cue would be teaching them that if you kick their right shoulder, they pick up the right lead, because that is just a signal they have to learn. So I try to ride mostly with aids. A few cues you have to teach, but the more you can stay in the nature of the horse, the better. Work in his language rather than teach him a new one. There you go. There. And his turns have gotten good, and hope. Good. And on the ground, I've been teaching him to back. We're going to ask for a backward step here. I'm going to pick up the reins, add leg. Good boy. Best part about that is that he yielded at the pole, which shows he has a natural tendency for that. Now he has to walk on. You don't want to get too backing up, or you get a horse that loses his forward. Good boy. So again, under redundancy, or do it till it's familiar, when you introduce something new, it's good to do it 3 times. Oh. So we're going to ask again. Back, little pulls, little leg. There, good boy. That was better. Good boy. Walk on. Good boy. Walk on. Come on, Pokey. We're going to try to trot today. You'd better wake up. Good boy. Walk on. There. And again, I want to establish the forward between the backs. Oh. Good boy. Pick up the rein, add leg, back. Back, back, back. Good boy. And I'm going to ask again because he flung his head. Back, back. Good boy. That was much softer. A little alarmed. He's like, I already did it. Why am I doing it again? And that's one of the lessons he has to learn, is that he has to repeat as requested, not as what makes sense to him. So I had Jack get me the whip, and we did take a minute to introduce because Bubba's reaction was a little flinchy. He knows that the whip is there, and he doesn't like being hit. And I don't like to hit him either. So I've rubbed him on the shoulder, I've moved it around, and his apprehension has gone away. It was very mild in the first place. It was just tension in his body. Good boy. But because I hope to trot, I need a little more drive, and flailing at him with my legs is just lacking elegance. Good boy. So first, to get the trot, I'm just going to ask him to increase the walk. I'm going to cluck and tap him with the whip and get more walk. Good boy. And then I'll let him coast back down so that he understands cluck, because this is a cue. Cluck is a cue. You don't instinctively know cluck. Go out into a wild herd and cluck and nobody will move. Good boy. More walk. There's a good boy. And if anywhere in the course of this training he were to trot, I would reward him. I would want to be very careful that I wasn't startled and didn't grab with my hands and discourage that forward effort. Good boy. Walk on. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Walk on. There. See, there was a very clear pickup there. And I'm going to now ask him for trot. I'm going to stack the deck in our favor, so I'm going in his preferred direction. I have got a grab strap here in front, and that's mostly to make sure that I don't fall back by accident and punish an effort. Oh, what was that? Oh, walk on. All right. As you can hear, the feeding is going on in the background. It's a little distracting, but again, I think we can cope with it. So I'm going to start applying pressure, clucking, squeezing, tapping whip, and I'm going to use the word that I taught him on the lunge line. Turrat. He sees his buddies being fed. Turrat. 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 Good boy. Praise was because he started to push behind. You can do it. Oh, poop. We'll allow a poop break. Young horses just can't figure out how to lift their back to poop and lift their back to carry a rider and propel themselves forward. So we let them have a little slack. All right, we're gonna try again. Turot, 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 turot. Come on, turot. Good boy, good boy. We don't care how much trot we get, we praise it. Good, walk on. Walk on. And again, the rule of 3. I'm gonna ask for a couple more, then I'll probably quit. I won't try to get both directions. I don't want to be greedy. I'm still a little under the weather, so we do a little and get a lot. Turot, 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 turot. Good boy. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You did it once. You lived. There, good boy. Keep going, good boy. Keep going, good boy. Good boy. And we'll try our third one. Turot. He's still very tentative about it, so he's like stopping himself, which is better than taking off bucking. Turot. Good boy. Good. Walk. There. And come on. Swing. Good. There you go. Whoa. And on that note, we'll call him winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let him go have his dinner with all the other guys and do more tomorrow.
Hey, Joe.
So, Greg, if you can wait to turn Izzy out till I'm done, it would be much appreciated.